called?
We're on living with the land ride, and we're the only people here.
No, there's
Look at that, nobody in the background. We're the only people, honey.
There's some people.
Where?
I saw them before us.
Before us, but not on our car. Look. This is like the real social distance. Nobody. Is there anybody back there? No.
Wish there were wish there were no land of us.
No. Bye. Yay! We're the only people.
Now we have our own space.
Yeah, we'll have our own car. And we're front. We'll never get to be in front before.
Welcome to a voyage of discovery and awareness of the richness, the diversity, the often surprising nature of living with the land. Our journey begins as dramatic and sudden changes are sweeping over the land. The approaching storm may seem violent and destructive to us, but to nature it's Beneath the surface of the land, roots trap water from the falling mud, extracting precious nutrients and minerals. These elements, when combined with sunlight, create the diverse living systems of our planet.
It's nice to be get up, huh? It's so nice.
One of those living systems is the rainforest, home to the most amazing concentration of life on our planet. These dense and beautiful forests cover only a tiny portion of the Earth's surface, but they contain more than half of its plant and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich and productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicines, and other elements essential to our lives.
God! So, it's nighttime now. We're riding on the ride. It takes a long time.
In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. The plants and animals that have learned to survive in these harsh conditions make use of what little water they can find and avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun.
See? That's Starbucks. They're only for nobody. They're in the crowd. Chicken!
Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will ensure both human and environmental well-being.
To reduce the need for chemical pesticides by breeding and using natural predators, like ladybugs and wasps, to control pests. In the farmlands across America, we're learning that by plowing under vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of chemicals. In arid regions, we're learning to produce food on desert seacoasts by developing and planting crops that thrive on saltwater. In Japan, we're learning that by mixing leaves and other living materials into our soil, we can make farmland more fertile without the need for chemicals. Here in
Are we the only people left on
How
Earth?
will we meet tomorrow's growing needs for food production, yet still respect the needs of the land? Some of the answers are being discovered just
No,
ahead.
the empty
To help us
cars.
maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems,
The empty
and for your
cars.
safety,
Us too, honey. We're the only 2 people on Earth.
See?
Oh yeah, they have 2 people on that car. They only have 2 people on that car.
That makes 4. Them and us. 4.
Mhm.
That's 4 of us.
That's dragon fruit.
Welcome to our living
rice.
laboratories, where scientists
this is
from
called-
EPCOT
we call it
and
rice.
the US
This is when you
Department of
eat the rice,
Agriculture
that- the
are
white rice.
exploring innovative
It looks like
ways
that
to
when it's
produce
growing.
bountiful harvests now and into the future. The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet.
Oh look, papaya.
Many of these, like papaya,
Look at that
bananas,
beautiful
cacao,
plants.
coffee, and rice, are well known around the world.
No, 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 no.
These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the
Sit down,
tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this
It is
plant,
Mickey.
even the flower
There
petals,
it's not.
are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking.
Banana.
One day, many of these lesser-known tropical plants may be as important
This is a
as the
fluted
bananas
pumpkin.
growing on both sides of the boat. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world.
More banana.
Look. Go to your side.
Look, no, nobody behind us. We're the only people in this car.
When we mention farming, you probably don't think of fish, but fish farming, or aquaculture, accounts for nearly half of all the seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are three of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this one can play an important role in our efforts to produce valuable harvests and still protect natural resources. While there are more than 50,000 species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday life. The common grains grown here maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world.
There's only 2 people in the car in front of us. There's corn. And this is my favorite, lemongrass.
While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of
Wow,
our
that's
global food
beautiful.
consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial
blue
insects
agave.
that prey on harmful pests like aphids and
Basil.
flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yields while more efficiently using resources like water, fertilizer, and pesticides. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area.
I see the most. Those are the most little. I think those are the kids.
Some of our
Hidden
best
Mickey
ideas
of
have
the
been
plant.
inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the land every year.
Someone was trying to drink there.
Look at the tomato.
Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the land every year.
The sunflower.
The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plant, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, Epcot scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of
That
innovative
beautiful
projects.
flower.
The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, Epcot scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to produce higher yielding and better quality plants. These greenhouses represent just a fraction of the work being done worldwide to produce bountiful harvests for our growing population. Scientists, farmers, and even backyard gardeners are doing their part to improve the quantity and quality of foods
How does it feel?
that we all rely upon.
Look at her.
Together, we can continue to find more ways
Look at this
to
chick.
increase food production and protect our precious natural environment. Only then will we truly be living with the land.
How does it feel to be the
On
only one on the
behalf of
boat?
Walt Disney World, we hope you've enjoyed this unique journey through our living. These greenhouses represent just a fraction of the work being done worldwide to produce bountiful harvests for our growing population. Close and personal. With the plants and growing scientists, farmers, and even backyard gardeners are doing their part to improve the quantity and quality of foods that we all rely upon. Together, we can continue to find more ways to increase food production and protect our precious natural environment. Only then will we truly be living with the land. On behalf of Walt Disney World, we hope you've enjoyed this unique journey through our living laboratories. If you'd like a closer look, then check out the behind the scenes walking tour. It's a chance for the whole family to get up close and personal with the plants and growing techniques in our laboratories. Please keep your hands and feet inside the boat and remain seated until the boat comes to a complete stop.